crime and safety. Spokane is a fascinating place. It was originally one of the homes of the Hells Angels. So if that tells you much about it, there's a lot of people who have lived pretty rough lives there, and that's pretty prevalent. There's a large drug culture, which is part of the struggle there. A lot of people who smoke weed, but then are also involved in other things. One of the biggest drugs there is methamphetamines. Methamphetamines is a big issue, and it's becoming an even larger issue throughout the United States. It's something that we definitely need to address as a culture. One particular experience in this area called Hilliard, which is a little bit north of downtown Spokane. And this one time we were walking down the street, me and my companion, and this lady, she turns to us and she's pretty interesting. A lot of her hair has fallen out and her teeth have fallen out and her face looks really sunken. Her skin is yellow, and you can tell she is a meth user. And so this lady, she turns to us, she's like, "Hey, do you have a cigarette?" I'm like, "No, we don't smoke." Like, "Do you guys have a light?" Like, "No, we don't have any matches, sorry." And then she was like, "Can you guys walk me to safety?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess we could do that." So we started walking with her down to a school. We figured that could be a good area for her to go to for help. And so we started walking with her down to the school. And as we're walking, she looks at me, she's like, "I like your name tag." I was like, "Thank you." And she was like, "Can I have it?" Like, no, I need my name tag. She's like, "I want your name tag." And it's like, "You can't have it. I only have the one and I need it." And she's like, "Fine." So we keep walking. And she's like, "You need to learn how to smile." I'm like, "What?" "Yeah, you need to learn how to smile." She goes, "Ah," and like makes this like crazy Joker type face. It was pretty scary actually. And at that point, she keeps trying to get behind me. I was like, "She's gonna try to stab me or something." Like, I'm not gonna let this lady get behind me. So we kept kind of like walking in circles around each other as we're walking down the street. And so finally, she gives up on me needing to smile. Then she looks at me again. She's like, "God hates you." I'm like, "Wait, what?" And she's like, "Yeah, you have zits in your face and zits are unclean, so God hates you." I'm like, okay. So we get down to the end of the street. This is a single block that we were with this woman for, and we're like, "Okay, we're gonna go this way." It was not the direction we needed to go, but it was the opposite direction of her. And so then and we're like, "Okay, you go that way or to the school if you still need safety." And she's like, "If I ever see you again, I'm gonna break your kneecaps." And I'm like, "Okay, sounds good." So we walk around the school and come back on the other side. We see the same lady, right? And she's harassing now a guy who's like fixing, what are they called? Fixing a telephone pole. So she's harassing this guy now. And so we try to sneak past her. She turns around and sees us. She's like, "Hey, you!" And starts chasing after us. And so my companion, who's a track star, he just books it, right? Just running so fast. I'm just trying to keep up with him, trying to avoid this crazy meth head. It was hilarious. We actually did see her again. There was a meth house down the street, and we saw her get out of a car and go in there, actually. And so she didn't try to chase us down that time. I think she had forgotten that she promised to break our kneecaps. So, yeah, but that was it's very interesting. Most people were pretty nice, but there are some areas you just wanna avoid, especially at night. And you just follow the Spirit, and the Spirit will guide you. The Lord's not gonna let you get hurt most of the time. So just following the promptings of the Spirit, avoiding dangerous areas at night, and just being wise. There's one point in Moses Lake, we brought a member with us to a lesson, and it was in some pretty sketchy apartments. And this member, he turns to us like, "Guys, I have a wife and children. You can't bring me to these kind of places." And honestly, it was kind of true. This guy had served in Bolivia, but he was apparently intimidated by this place. And so, yeah, it was a little bit sketchy. So just be aware of what members you're bringing where. sometimes things can be pretty shocking. So it's important to keep that in mind. But yeah, just follow the Spirit, follow the Lord. Um, don't do anything dumb, and you'll pretty quickly learn to tell a lot about a person from first glance and be able to tell whether or not they're kind of a safe person to approach. So